Good evening, everyone. I hope you guys are all tuned in. Sometimes it's a delay, so I like to wait a little bit. Hi, everybody. It's sunset around here. It's just starting to be sunset. My photo cell is on my coach light. Um, yeah. Ooh, slippery phone. You get to see all kinds of things. Okay. Sky's beautiful today. It was a beautiful day. At some points, it looked like maybe rain, but the forecast said no rain. Yes, you're looking at my lumber. I have lumber here. Some projects. Always have a project going. Um, Talking about 2 days out from the gardening and self-sufficiency workshop through jahealing with me this weekend, Saturday, July 24th at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. My time here, it's 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or Eastern Daylight Time, I think we're on. I'm in a sea of green. That's my title today. Sea of green. Look at that. Oh, food. These giant things behind me are called amaranth. And this is one of the best plants I think there is for a permaculture garden. These are only about half as tall as they're going to be. They get to be about 10 or 12 feet tall, and they are glorious. What a beautiful plant. These ones have the red stems, and they come out with this gorgeous red flame on top, the beautiful flower. It has a lot of seeds. So this is like a dual purpose type of plant. In fact, it has more purposes than that. But let's talk about the fact that it is a delicious green. It's not leathery. They are big leaves. When they grow to be super tall, where's my tallest one? Well, this is a good size leaf, I guess. But think about 2 or 3 times that size. And they still stay nice and thin and delicious. They have a taste reminiscent of spinach. They are super easy to grow. I wouldn't say that they're perennial in that they'll grow from the same rootstock, but they will die back in the fall, in the winter. Here in anyway, I'm in hardiness zone 6. I don't know where you guys are located. Maybe yours will just keep growing wherever you are. I don't know. I have no idea, but I'm sure at some point they'd die back. They have huge fat stalks by the time they're done. And those stalks, actually, you can use those to trellis things. They're super strong. What else? They taste delicious. They're easy to cook. You can eat them raw. You can eat them cooked. And they're very versatile. You can wrap them like leaves, etc. So that won't come back from the same rootstock, but they have a lot of seeds. Now, this is the green variety. This is also called pigweed, and people hate this. They pull it from their yard like crazy. But there's all kinds of varieties of this beautiful amaranth. I have one called dreadlocks that's growing, and it grows these giant plumes that kind of fall over in big, kind of clumpy looking dreadlocks. It looks just like dreadlocks, but they're red. The one that I have is red. I have one called Goldilocks. I have a golden amaranth. They have a number of different varieties of this. But, okay, the dual purpose is you can eat the leaves. The whole thing is edible. The leaves are edible. And these seeds, once this grows this huge, beautiful plume, and they'll be giant, like 2 feet tall even on some of them. And once they dry, they have the seeds in them. And the seeds, they will reseed. I like every single one of them that falls on the ground will reseed. So that's why you're seeing a sea of green. But I'm not mad because it's just a massive amount of food. If you're stuck, you know this is coming back. You are not worried because, wow, that's a lot of greens. And this is just part of my yard. So I try and keep the different varieties in different areas because it's inevitable that the birds are going to knock them down or other animals that are trying to eat it will knock them down. So the seeds you can use, you can shake them at the end of the season and you can use them as a grain. They're a very tiny grain. In fact, you can purchase that at like a bulk store, bulk barn, and it's called amaranth. But yes, it's also called pigweed. The green variety they call callaloo. They use it a lot in the islands. And it's delicious greens. Delicious greens, I'm telling you. Plus, it's a really visually beautiful plant. It's a gorgeous plant. It's very pest resistant. I hardly see any leaves bitten in any way. They're just so healthy and delightful. Easy to pick off. You pick off the big leaves. They're still nice and tender, so you don't have to worry about picking off the top leaves. If you wanted to make more of a bush instead of a tall straight plant, you can chop off the top and use that and make it into a more bushy plant. But I have tons of them, so I'm happy that they all grow tall. That's good for me. Not only that, my chickens eat it. Feed it to your birds. And again, the wild birds will eat it. They will be so happy that you've left them some in the fall and in the winter. They'll come here scavenging for seeds and food. So a sea of green. Anyway, on this side of my yard, that's the sea of green is amaranth. And I'm just so happy with it. It's jam-packed with nutrients. It's vitamins and mineral dense. And it's so easy. We eat greens constantly. Lots and lots of greens, lots of different greens. But amaranth is a real staple in our house. Now, you can it, you can preserve it, you can freeze it, you can blanch it, you can dry it, you can powder it, you can do whatever the heck you want. It is all good. It's great in soups. It's great sauteed. It's great raw. You can throw it into salads. It's just the easiest green I think I've ever grown. I don't even have to try to grow this stuff. It just grows. And it's easy to pull out. I mean, even the big stalks, if you grab it with two hands, you can pull it straight out. It has a taproot, but it's a relatively easy taproot to get out. And it's not a big deal. The rest can go into the compost all as well. Yes, I save the seeds. Just in case some crazy thing happens and I want to make sure that I have some seeds. I also sell the seeds, but like this is the most easy permaculture way to grow greens and a lot of food in a small space. So I do have lettuces and I've got chicories and I've got spices and things, herbs. I also have some plants. I've got basil, I've got eggplants, tons of them. I've got chamomile out here. I've got bananas. And they're competing with the bananas for height. So that's kind of cool. I don't know if you can see that. Yep, there's my banana. Right there. I've got some bananas here too. This is a Musa Basju, and this will come back actually. It's a perennial here to our area in Zone 6, which is like the most amazing thing I have discovered. So that's pretty exciting. But yes, a sea of green. What you want to see in your yard is a sea of green, a sea of food, edible green, not just plants that are pretty. I appreciate the beauty of all plants. And I appreciate them more every year because I understand them more every year. Even if they're called weeds, they're not always weeds. They might be the most medicinal and edible and healthy and hardy thing you've got in your backyard. Tons of things that are perennial that are hardy to this area that I don't even have to plant. I don't even have to worry about it. I can guarantee these things are coming back. I've got spotted dead nettle. I've got this false strawberry, which people hate and they think is the scourge, and I don't know why. It actually grows out of the way. It's right here by my my pathway, and it grows in the crook where my patio is, right? And it grows these false strawberries, okay? So they're not strawberries. However, they are edible. They don't have a lot of flavor, but they're edible, but they are very nutritious, highly nutritious. And you can also use the leaves for teas, and it's very medicinal, very healthy for you. So why not let it grow in the places other things can't or won't or don't? And I can guarantee that this comes back every year. My baby, she comes out here and she grabs the red berries and she brings them to us and she eats some too. It's a great staple. You know it's there. You know it's coming back. People hate this stuff. They hate it. They think it's the worst weed in the world. Spotted dead nettle. I've got it everywhere. It's beautiful. Brings in tons of pollinators. It's in the mint family, and nettle is in the mint family as well. But it has lots of beautiful flowers. We have a pink variety and a purple variety, and it literally grows all over the place. It grows in patches, but I'm not mad at it. It actually is great ground cover. It keeps the other weeds I don't want and grass that I don't want growing from growing. It's amazing. Another sea of green. Right now, my mustards have gone to seed. I see the birds have tried to start getting them. But this was just a sea of giant red mustards up to here. We ate so much red mustard. More mustard than you can shake a stick at, for real. I can guarantee that that's going to seed itself, and it's going to come back in the fall. It's going to come back in the spring every single year. I've got carrots that reseed themselves. Lots of edible medicinal herbs. And again, just a sea of green. Beautiful green, beautiful edible, healthy stuff. Look at that. Beautiful apples. So, If you want to come on the weekend online, come join us and talk about permaculture and self-sufficiency gardening and where to start and how to do it. And it might seem like a really monumentous thing to you, like a huge mountain to climb to get to any point where you can be more self-sufficient. But any step towards self-sufficiency is a big step. It makes you much more comfortable. It makes you know exactly what went into that food. You touched it. Where did it come from? How was it processed? You know there was nothing on it. It's healthy for you. It's organic. That's a lot of peace of mind to me. I don't know what's in the stuff at the store. Makes me really nervous. It makes me nervous when I drop food on the floor, especially if it's meat or eggs or some kind of animal product and my dogs back away from it. That is scary. Why are you backing away from it? What is it in there? What is in these things? What are they putting in this? What are they allowing in this food? I don't know. All I know is they won't even eat it. They're scared to eat it. They walk back like, I'm not eating that. So why on earth would I want to eat that? Why would I put that in my baby's mouth? It doesn't even make sense to me. And I don't understand it, and I don't know why it's necessary, because food speaks for itself. Food is food. Okay? But apparently it's not all created alike, especially these days. So growing your own food, huge peace of mind. Having a sea of food and knowing that I have this in my backyard is the most peace of mind I could possibly give myself. It lets me know we're going to be okay. We're going to make it through the fall and the winter if we have to. Come spring, I know this stuff's coming back. It's coming back. I don't even have to try. So the amaranth is one thing I want to say is one of the best things that you can plant. And don't freak out when you see a bunch of them coming up. Just pull them out. Eat them tender. Sell them at your curb. Give them to your neighbors. There's tons of them. And it's easy to grow. Don't hate it. Appreciate it. Embrace it. It's the bomb. So come join us on Saturday. Make sure you check out jahealing.com. Pre-register for the event. You can sign up for one or more of the workshops. There's going to be 5 consecutive weeks of workshops with me. And we're going to cover a wide variety of stuff. And I'm not just going to be speaking at you. We're going to be interacting. You can ask me any kinds of questions that you want about gardening. Show me pictures. Tell me what your dilemmas are. What's your issues. Ask me about homesteading. I'm not on a farm. I'm in the suburbs, literally, but I'm farming my whole property to try and maximize what I can grow. By no means do I have a huge lot, but I've got a nice size lot, and I'm packing a lot of punch out here. I'm able to grow a lot, probably more than I can even shake a stick at. Probably more than I could even totally preserve and keep. And that's amazing. That's a huge step in the right direction, I think. It's scary to be reliant on the system, especially if we're going to have more shutdowns. I hear that this fall could possibly be way worse for being able to access necessities. There's going to be food shortages from what I hear. All kinds of problems could ensue. Why not be prepared? Sorry, you're looking at all my things I don't know where to put right now. I'm always working on new projects, and everything's always a work in progress. Here's my greenhouse, which has made a big difference too. I'm able to start a lot earlier. I'm allowed to finish later, and I'm allowed to bring in all of my plants I don't want to put in my house. My tropicals have been staying out here in the winter. I know it's dark in here. I'm not putting the light on right now. So taking any step in the right direction is a great step. I'll just say that. Once you start, it's easy to keep going. You can see it opens your eyes and it opens your mind. It allows you to maximize your space, maximize your time and your efforts. I haven't mowed lawn in 3 years. I actually put my lawnmower at the curb this year. It was a great lawnmower. I loved that lawnmower. I was so proud to have it. It was an MTD. It was a great brand. But I literally put it at the curb because I don't have any grass. There's no point in me keeping it. Someone else can enjoy the beautiful MTD lawnmower. I'm to the point where I don't have to lawn mow my lawn ever. And that is huge. I don't have to spend money on gas. I don't have to have it tuned up. I don't have to fix the blade. I don't have to do anything in that way. My yard pretty much takes care of itself. I do some weeding. There are some weeds that I don't like and I don't want, like thistles and things like that. There are weeds, plants that I get probably too many of that I pull as well. Some plants are toxic if they're not cooked correctly, like eaten raw. So since I have a toddler, those get pulled, especially in the backyard, and I've got animals in the backyard, so that they've got to go. All that stuff can stay in the front. No big deal. Sorry, I'm cooking dinner also while we're chatting. But permaculture is a seriously amazing way to go. Self-sufficiency, there's nothing like it. Just saying. I don't have to worry about standing in line in the middle of winter in Canada outside of a grocery store for forever. I don't have to go interact with a bunch of people if I don't want to. If I don't, especially if there's more variants and things like that. They want to keep you away from each other, but congregating at all these stores and these huge lines is not helping either. So I'm not trying to do that either. Plus, it's healthier. I know exactly what went into this food, right? It's healthier, it's more organic, save your seeds, and it's a cheaper way to go. If I had to purchase this amount of food, I would be out of house and home. And I'm able to grow it for relatively no cost. And since a lot of them are hardy and perennial and native to the area, I'm trying to do more of that and do more research on that and allowing more native varieties of plants to come in and be dropped in by birds and other animals, and I leave them. That they require less water. They are more adept to this environment, and I'd have to do less work. It's amazing. Anyway, if you want to learn a little bit more about it, or if you just want to see if that's something that you'd be interested in, and you have some real genuine questions about, is this lifestyle for me? Is this something that I can handle? Is this something I can do? There is a way to do self-sufficiency for everyone, I think. And even if that's just baby steps, and even if you just provide yourself with some of your own food, right? You have the ability to grow something. You are preserving something. You're on that same wavelength. You're already winning a race. I'm just saying. Anyway, I hope you join us. Check us out. Pre-register for the workshop or all the workshops. If you get all the workshops through Jahealing, you'll actually get a discount on them. So I hope to see you there. Let me know if you have any questions, and we'll see you on Saturday. We're 2 days out. Sea of Green, guys. All right. Be a champion in your kitchen or in your homestead, wherever you are. We'll see you soon. Bye.